What's going on, lads? Show yourselves in the comments. Let me know who I'm talking to. Henry, what's going on, man? Gaza's in the house. What's going on, Gaza? What is going on? Rob, what's going on, mate? Hope you're doing well. I'm just setting up. Just having to throw a few tweets out and all that jazz. Gaza says, you're 30 minutes early. Ha ha ha, no biggie. No big screen yet. I haven't made it onto the big screen, Gaza. I'm disappointed, mate. You're killing me. You are absolutely killing me. I'm only messing though, mate. I'm only messing. Right, I can show you my screen now because I've done all my... Oh. Not sure what happened there. But we're back. My screen... Well, I've got two screens, but one of the screens went black for whatever reason. Yeah, hope we're doing well. Ben, what's going on, man? Okay, let's go. Let's go. So the first thing I wanted to show you was I've finally got a full 5 players playing in a game week, basically, for the first time in a midweek for a long time. So this is my all-star rare. Doku's out, so yeah, this team probably doesn't get ETH. Gaza says 20 minutes and you'll be on the big screen, mate. Just finishing tee off. I appreciate it, Gaza. I really do, mate. But yeah, this is what we've got midweek. So these players are playing now. Eric Garcia is actually starting for Barcelona, which I'm over the moon with because I was really nervous that Araujo was going to start. Even though Garcia's played the last 2, got 2 clean sheets, it's really worried me all week that he wasn't going to start, but he is. Same as Cody Gakpo. The games are starting in like 8 minutes. So yeah, hopefully, like last week was where when I played Papa Gay and he DMP'd, which was like it just really hurt me. 350 points with just 4 players played. Yeah, could have easily got a podium. So that really annoyed me. So I didn't want to make the same mistake this week or this midweek, and have another DMP. So it looks like Costa should. I mean, I can't. Costa might get injured, but let's just say that he does play. That means we'll have 5 starters, which is nice. Nico and Gravenberch got decent scores. They keep us in it. As long as Cody can really kick on and get me like 100 points plus, and then if Eric Garcia can just get a clean sheet and just pass his way to like a 60 or a 70. We'll be looking good, to be honest, because what is it, 116 until top? I know there's still players playing and people will still have Costa. There's a lot to go into it, but yeah, I'm quite excited about tonight, to be honest. I haven't been excited for a midweek because everyone keeps DMPing for me, so I'm super pumped for that. But obviously, that's game week 253. Obviously, we're here for game week 254, but just looking at my reward for 252, which just came in 2 days late. I'm not sure what you think about all the delays and stuff with the Olsen game. I mean, yeah, I was sort of popping my head into the Discord this morning. It wasn't really a pretty sight, was it? But I think it was a little bit justified because it just seems like there's just one decision after the other now. It's just really killing them, and like it just doesn't look good on them at all. Like as a company, like people are losing faith, genuinely. Sorry, I'm just replying to a text quick. Yeah, people are losing faith, man. Like I kind of don't blame some people. Like I really, the team just aren't really doing what they're supposed to do and do what they have been doing. Like I know it has been a rocky couple of months in terms of like them promising things, but before this, like, you know, going back a year ago, they were great. Like, they were really, really good. So I don't know. I don't know whether it's the expectations and the pressure of so many new users. I don't know what it is. Are they overwhelmed? I honestly don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, they're just not coming across good enough right now. I don't know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know. But yeah, their communication style and everything about their way of communicating right now is just, it's just not doing it for me, and it's not doing it for a lot of people, you know. But you know, what can we do? We'll just have to sit tight and just see what comes of it. But I was just gonna have a look and see if I'm still in the SD Cup or the SD League. Sorry. Am I in the SD League gaming area? Okay, yeah, I am. I'm in season 7, game 2. Okay, interesting. So that'll be fun. So yeah, we'll pick that later. We'll also do our SORARE Mega. Bless me, I haven't sneezed for like 2 days. And yeah, as soon as I come on stream, I sneeze. Okay, Joshua says, what's going on with SORARE at ATM? If you're the EPL, you wouldn't want to give SORARE rights to. You wouldn't want to give the rights to SORARE right now. Yeah, I do agree with you, Josh. Like, the problem is, it's like on a corporate level, does the EPL really see this happening? And I know people are tweeting about things and, like, you know, but really, like, are the higher ups really seeing like what's happening like down under? I don't know if they are. I hope they do, because then they know what's really going on in the community and stuff. But I honestly don't have too much faith in that happens. Yasia says, I'm new. I'm wondering what they did in the past and how they dealt with things before. Marco Sullivan, what's going on, man? Appreciate you popping into the stream. Yeah, really nice to see you in here. But yeah, in terms of like what, yeah, Mark completely agrees. Yeah, in terms of your question, Yasia, I mean, like, I can't give you a pinpoint answer in terms of like what they did. They just dealt with things better. Like, I can't give you like a one-off example. Mark might be able to. Mark's been around way longer than I have, so he knows things, you know, and is way more involved with the team in that sense. But like, I don't know. It's just like Rob says, what problems have happened. So basically, Rob, there was a game in the South Korean League this weekend. I'll see if I can get it up on the Discord now. Give me 2 seconds. Wait, how am I going to get this up? Right. I'll try and get the message up that was sent into the Discord this morning. But basically, there was a game in South Korea that couldn't get scored for whatever reason. Opta messed up. Aaron, what's going on, man? Alex is joined as well. All the boys are in here now. We're cooking. Yeah, I'm doing well, guys. I appreciate you popping in. Gaza says, but wasn't the problem this time with Opta? It wasn't SORARE, as I understand. Yeah, to be fair, Gaza, you are right. It was Opta's fault, as I understand it as well. Let me just get up this message on Discord, and I'll share it with you guys. Was it in the official support? Yeah, it was in the official support. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'll share my screen now. Here we go. Okay, so at 10:06, Dan said, hi everyone, thanks for your patience with closing Game Week 252. We're closing it now, and below you'll find the details on how scoring will be resolved. Our goal is to always have accurate and complete stats for every fixture. Rarely there are issues outside of our control that impact our ability to receive stats. Unfortunately, this was the case for Game Week 252. This issue was limited to Daegu FC and Ulsan AFC Championship fixtures. So it was 2 games, sorry, not 1. Every player that featured in the Ulsan and Daegu fixtures, we will apply the following rule. 40 points to players who played 60 or more minutes, and 20 points to players who played fewer than 60 minutes, 0 to those who didn't play. This was an unusual case, and as a result, we've created a rule for similar situations moving forward in the unlikely event that something similar happens again. If If there are scoring issues following incomplete coverage due to technical issues, the fixture will remain open until 24 hours before the start of the following game week. Our goal is to maximize the likelihood that this issue is resolved without impacting the next game week. If the issues remain unsolved, the fixture will be closed and will apply the scoring rule listed above. We recognise that there is no solution that will make everyone happy in this situation. Thanks for your patience. Sorry for the delay, and good luck in game week 253. Yeah, so I'm just going to read out what Mark's in here. There was a lot more communication a long time ago, frequent messages from staff in charge of the communications from SORARE, and there was a quarterly AMA from the CEO where they gave us some updates. I also find that the blog posts aren't as frequent anymore. Yeah, I think that's one thing I kind of forgot about, Mark, but glad you've highlighted it, is the AMAs. So yeah, like you said, quarterly AMAs from the CEO. We got to ask questions to Nicholas, and it was really insightful, to be fair. And now that was happening for a good year or so, I think, Mark, wasn't it? Maybe a year and a half, 2 years. But yeah, this scoring thing just doesn't really make much sense to me. Like, I know there was the case where like Cecilia scored, didn't he? And he's only now on 40 points, where like he clearly scored a goal, so he should obviously get a decisive, right? He should be on 60 at least. And that's cost people prizes and stuff. Like, it hasn't cost me anything, even though Seo Young Woo was a DMP, but that's a different story altogether. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I just don't know if this was the correct outcome. The correct solution. I really don't know. But yeah, like Rob says there, at least they've set a rule now, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's all you can ask for is consistency. But I don't know. It is frustrating, I'll be honest. It is very frustrating. To just see, like, it's just like a pileup of things now, like, I don't know, like, the best analogy is like if you mess up with your girlfriend or whatever way, like you make her angry once, you try and get back in the good books. Well, it just seems like there's just too many times now that they've made us like angry or, annoyed or whatever it is. I know it's just a game or whatever, but there's a lot of financial, stakes at play, really. We've all invested in them massively, and it's been a community-driven, platform for a long time. We've done their marketing for them. We are doing their marketing for them. So yeah, I just don't know. I think things could have been and should be handled better. I personally believe. I'm not saying I could do a better job because I really couldn't. But I'm not in that position to do so. So yeah, very interesting. Aaron said, anyone in the chat pull any worldy players? I'm interested to see if anyone did pull a nice player, to be fair. But yeah, I pulled a nice little tier 2. He does the job. Amadou Onana. But yeah, let's just get into building some teams out for this week, this weekend. Well, first, I always forget to do this. Let's just look at the prize pools. So I have made some teams already. I made them a few days ago, so we'll cross-reference them after building our lineups on SORARE data. But just looking at the prize pools here, we've got. I've registered All-Star Super Rare actually for once, but I don't know if I'll change my mind. But we've got the Under 23 Super Rare, 110 entrants, 28 prizes, just under 400 entrants in the All-Star Super Rare, 40 prizes. There's a Star Super in there, which is very lucrative. There's also a special weekly that I am interested in, to be fair. I don't know if I've got a good enough team to really compete, but I can't believe how many entrants there are. There's nearly 1,600 entrants, and the prize pool is 20 rare cards, which is crazy. Chase won a Brendan Aronson, which is huge. Well done, Chase. That's awesome, mate. But yeah, I mean, 10 star rays is really nice, but then when you sort of work that out in terms of how many people have entered, it's like 1% of the prize pool are going to win prizes, which is not great. Chase said, not sure if he's a clear starter for Vitesse, which could be a big bummer. Oh yeah, is he the Vitesse keeper? Yeah, for whatever reason, Schubert got back in goals on the weekend, so I'm not too sure what has happened there, to be honest, mate, in terms of his number 1 spot. But yeah, special weekly, I am really interested because I do have, some poor rare cards that could go in there and are eligible. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to see if we can build something out for that. In terms of the rare prize pools, we've got the All-Star Rare, 630 prizes, nearly 15,000 entrants. All-Star Rare Pro, just under 1,800. 125 prizes. Under 23s, 1,000, just under 1,009, 250 prizes as usual. And under 23 RIP or under 23 Pro, 50 prizes as usual as well. And then we've got Champs Europe, 265 prizes is nice, 45 in the Pro. Challenger 370, wow, that's nice. That's really, really nice. Loads of prizes to go around there, I think. Challenge Europe Pro 70 is also equally as nice. 150 in America, 25 in America Pro, 120 in Asia, and then 22 in Asia Pro. And then limiteds, we've got just over 20,000 in the All-Star, 2,300 cards, 1,000 given out in under 23, 650 in Champs Europe, 750 in Challenger, 500 and 400 in Asia. Interesting. Okay, so Chase says, "Sorry, love to give out keepers who are heading back to the bench." Chase, I've been in that position myself, mate. I think who did they give me? There was a Belgium league keeper as a tier 1. I got somebody who was warming the bench at the time. Rob says, for someone's first limited team, is it best to target all starers or one of the smaller league? Oh, target the all-star or one of the smaller leagues. Yeah, good question. Best to target the all-star or one of the smaller leagues? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm honestly not in the know with limited too much. But just looking at this here, they all seem relatively competitive. You know, they're in the thousands, obviously. All-Star is obviously in the 20,000s. Of course, more prizes given out, but loads more competition. I would personally stick maybe to one of these 5. Obviously, America and Asia are going to be playing now through the summer. So if you want utility, you're probably going to have to look at these 2, if I'm honest. Or even play, buy the players from America/Asia and then play them in All-Star, possibly. I don't know. That's up to you to really decide. But yeah, if you want utility for the foreseeable future, you're going to really need to buy some American Asia players. And then, maybe buy some European players whilst the season's over, so they're a little bit cheaper, in theory. Mark says they really need to sort out the rewards who are out for 6 months. Yeah, there's a load of stuff they need to fix. I think they need to bring DMPs back into the prize pool and call them like a tier 4. That probably needs to happen. But nonetheless, I'm going to try and build out some teams for this upcoming game week. As always, we always start with our under 23 Rare Pro because that's where we try and win our prizes. The biggest contemplation this game week, actually, and it normally isn't a contemplation for me at all, is my goalkeeper. There's no standout fixtures at all that I'm really, really gravitating towards. On paper, apparently Tanny has the best fixture away to Antlers, but I don't like that fixture at all, if I'm honest. Let me know if you know a little bit more than me about that one, but I really don't like that fixture. And I don't like playing a super rare keeper in All-Star Rare Pro anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. So I'm just getting a few notifications through. Rennes are 1-0 up against Leicester. So, yeah, if I did play Fofana, is that Omari goal? No, I thought Omari might have scored there. But yeah, they're 1-0 down. Sorry, I'm digressing. But yeah, I don't like playing super rare goalkeepers in under 23 Rare Pro when I have so many decent rare options. So Tanny's out of the picture. It's basically out of Costa, Van der Voort, and Martin Pijs. And I really don't like any of the fixtures. I think Van der Voort's going to be busy against Club Brugge, but I really see Club Brugge scoring a couple there. So I don't want to risk the 3-goal, penalty on him. Martin Pijs at home to Portland. Portland have scored in every game this season. They won 1-0 last game. Dallas got a clean sheet last game, but they weren't playing as good as opposition. Well, I guess Nashville are actually quite decent, to be fair. They beat them 2-0. I think the safest option is Costa. I can see Porto dominating the game as they do most games in that league. So it's hard not to go with Costa, even though I'm scared that he's not going to get a clean sheet. But ultimately, I don't see any of my goalkeepers getting clean sheets. PSV have just gone 1-0 up, so we're hoping for a Gakpo decisive. That would be an amazing start to the game week. So if I'm on my phone for the next couple minutes, I'm sorry, I am going to try and do both. But yeah, PSV have scored. We're hoping it's Gakpo. Please be Gakpo. Is it Big Cody? That would be an unbelievable start for us if it was. Regardless, so yeah, I think Costa's going to be the goalkeeper for under 23 Red Pro. I think he's the safest option out of everyone, but nobody's like that safe, if I'm completely honest. In terms of my defenders, it was Zahavi who got the goal. Did we get an assist, Gakpo? I'm not sure if we did. Aaron says, hoping Porto smash it at the weekend through Evalison in my all-star team with a USG 4-man stack. Interesting. Yeah, I can see there being goals in the Porto game. I'm just worried that they're going to concede, So that is my worry. In terms of defenders, right, so these are my options. So Fofana on paper has the best fixture, apparently, at home to Brentford. He's starting tonight, which is nice. I really do like the look of that. So I'm interested to see how he does tonight, and then I'll make a decision on that. George Campbell, Miles Robinson basically is back for Atalanta, so I'm not sure if Campbell gets the nod. Martin says he stacks Farfan and Pice. That's interesting. Okay, I'll have to have a little think about that, whether I think Pice is going to get a clean sheet or, perform better than Costa. That would be my contemplation. I think Pice is going to make my under-23 rare team over Van der Voort, definitely. It's just whether or not if I switch Costa and Pice round. But in terms of my defenders, Vitinho's an okay option. Nishio is also an option, to be fair, but there is rumours about this game basically being postponed because of the COVID of Sapro. Costanu probably doesn't start. Lete doesn't start. Gomez has been really poor for me, so I'm not sure if I trust him away to Ghent, who have been decent recently. And I don't want to touch Eric Garcia, away to Real Madrid. Renge probably doesn't play against Feyenoord, and Young Woo, whether he recovers in time or not, I really don't know. It's not worth the risk. So I think Jordan Bayer Super Rare is actually going to be my play. He scored like 82 last game, so which would have been like 100 as a Super Rare. They're playing Bochum away tomorrow, and Nico Alvedi is out with COVID. So I think that tells me that I should be playing Jordan Bayer in there. Just having a look at the PSV, Mario Götze got the assist. So no assist for Cody Gakpo there, which is annoying. Martin Terrier got the assist for Benjamin Bugaride for Rennes. So yeah, Jordan Bayer is probably going to make the cut in terms of my defender. Midfielders, Jack de Vries got the best opposition score, even though he hasn't played once for Vesonia. So yeah, he won't be getting a look in here. Moses Nyman got red carded the game before last, so he probably doesn't make the starting 11 this game week, if I'm honest, even though it looks like he got a nice fixture. So I've got to choose out of a Maya Super Rare, Sanderberg, Paxton Pomical, my new sign-in, Onana, which I don't think is going to start. Yair Vasharan Super Rare is an option as well, but I don't like that fixture. Fabio Vieira away to Boa Vista. I'm not sure if he starts. It's all, we'll have to see how they line up tonight. Arson is definitely an option. Suzuki, both the super and the rare, is also an option. Daiki's out injured. Silemikers won't play, or you might, but off the bench. And then we've got Enzo and Grav, who don't have great fixtures, to be fair. So they might have to be saved for another division. So I think Frankie Amaya, at home to Columbus. Columbus are a very good team, to be fair, but I see Amaya getting busy in that game, raking up those interceptions and tackles, etc. He hasn't let me down so far, so I think I'm going to go with Amaya there. I think that's an easy choice. So my two supers are out of the way. Now we just need to pick two rare cards, one of them being a forward. So Cody Gakpo is the obvious one at home to Fortuna. Alvarez is a nice option as well. Fatty out injured. Doku looks like he's injured. Cherokee injured. And Jesus Ferreira is an option as well. But I just don't fancy him in here over Gakpo. So I think that's an easy pick, if I'm honest. In terms of the extra, this is where it's going to get tricky. So this is going to get a little bit tricky here. So Fofana is 100% an option, as long as he stays fit tonight. I don't fancy playing Sanderberg, if I'm really honest. Barnsley have been decent over the last few games. I know Sheffield are at home, but I don't see that being a walk in the park for Sheffield. So I want to avoid that. Paxton Pomykal, I don't really see much value in playing him there either. Alvarez is definitely an option, but I'd rather not go with 2 forwards if I can help it. Vieira, if I knew Vieira was going to start, I'd love to play Vieira. Arsene is most definitely an option as well. A good option at home to Rostov. Suzuki's definitely options, but nothing's jumping out at me. Ferreira as well. But again, I don't really want to play 2 forwards. Grav, I don't like the fixture. So I think it's out of Arsene. It's out of Arsene, Vieira if I knew he was going to play, and Wesley Fofana, if I'm honest. I am low on defenders this weekend. Fulham and Nico Williams aren't playing, so I'm missing out on 3 defenders there because I have 3 Nicos. And Seo Young-woo is a massive, well, as in like there's no information if Woo's back from injury. So yeah, I'm definitely not risking him. So it is out of Fofana and Arsene. He got 2 decisives last game, so he's probably high on confidence, I'd imagine. But is he going to get a better score than Fofana at home to Brentford? It's hard to say. I'll be interested to see how Fofana does tonight, to be honest. So I'm going to throw in Arsene for now. I think that's the safer option, and we're going to captain Gakpo. We're going to see what we did in terms of our under 23 Rare Pro. Did we change anything? Okay, no, we didn't. We went with the same lineup that we picked a few days ago. Okay, so haven't changed my mind on that one, which is nice to see. We do have a few contemplations in terms of the Super Rares, like our under 23 Super Rare division, right? But I'm going to build my under 23 Rare first. We'll get that out the way. So I said I fancy Pice over Van der Voort because home fixture, I don't know, I just feel like Van der Voort's going to get battered on the weekend, to be honest. So we'll play Fofana in here for now because he's definitely our standout. Chani joined the Amaya Hype Club. Okay. I mean, he's had 3 really good games. It's tough to say because like I've been there where Vinicius Souza was an absolute animal for like 15 games and then he completely dropped off. But we know football's all about, it's all about form at the end of the day, and players do come in and out of form. And yeah, you're going to see that reflect in SO5 scores. But from what I'm seeing from Amaya, like I watched the game last Sunday, he was immense. Like he's a really, really good player. Like technically, he's way too good for the MLS. Like, the ball sticks to his foot like glue. It's unbelievable. And he loves a tackle as well. He's, like, deceptively quick. So I'm really excited to see how he turns out this season, to be fair. But, yeah, glad you've joined the club, Chani. Chani said he bought Vinicius Souza as well. Biggest failure. Yeah, it's a tough one. Like, no one could foresee really what was going to happen with him. Like, it's so hard to, guess in advance about, how these players are gonna perform. But, like hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? It's tough. It really is tough. White House says, why pay for him at his peak? I mean, Amaya could then score again. Amaya could score 100. This week, and then he's even higher again. So that would be the reason why someone would want to buy right now, of course. Chrissy Quirk's involved. Let's go, Chrissy. What's going on, mate? Totally agree on Amaya. I watched him too before buying. Yeah, I mean, I always try and watch players before I buy. I have sometimes, like I am guilty of it sometimes, like I haven't. I've just looked at their stats, like genuinely I have done that. But I feel like I get more value out of watching them before I buy to just really be sure on what I'm buying, because the eye test is definitely a big thing. Sporting Braga have just scored against Monaco. I'm not sure if it's being given. Like, I don't know if it's going to count, but they have scored. AZ have scored. Pavidilis have scored, the Greek guy up front. for them. Just checking the PSV situation. Okay, Gakpo's playing a little bit better now, which is nice to see. Rangers are losing. Interesting. Yeah, looks like the Sporting Braga goal is going to count. Barcelona 0-0. Eric Garcia with a cheeky tackle is what we like to see. Chrissy says, wouldn't be surprised to see Sousa in Serie A next season. Genoa would be a prime candidate. I know someone who is scouting Belgium for a Serie A club. Very interesting insight there, Chrissy. But yeah, I do think Sousa's going to go to a better club. I genuinely do. It's just whether he can score good again. You know, I don't know if these things are probable. Thomas says, not under 23, but Lewis Morgan been looking great in that Red Bulls team. Looking to pick him up after these tough fixtures. Yeah, I was quite impressed, to be fair. Like, last year I watched Lewis Morgan live for Inter Miami, and he was shocking. Like, if I'm completely honest, I went to watch Nashville play, and he was really bad. But I did watch him on Sunday, like, whilst I was watching Amaya, and yeah, he actually looks good. He does look exciting. He looks quick. He's two-footed. Like, I like what I see with him, to be honest. And they missed a penalty on the weekend, so I bet you Lewis Morgan's on pens as well going forward. In terms of our midfielders, right, we just haven't got a standout option that's like screaming at me, which is frustrating. I don't really want to be put off by this 43 in terms of Enzo Fernandez, so I think I'm going to go with Enzo and the Alvarez combination as I usually do in under 23 Red Pro, even though they've got a really tough game coming up. I still have belief in the River Boys. My extra is going to have to be a midfielder in terms of just what I've got left. Rob says Lewis Morgan was shocking at Sunderland as well when he was on loan to us. Yeah, I thought to have to go to the MLS when you're in your prime, not prime, but 24, 25 as like a British player, it doesn't look great, does it? Let's be completely honest. But yeah, it looks like he's sort of revitalized a little bit at New York Red Bulls. So hopefully he continues his form. Who are we thinking for this extra position? Sanderberg's looking at me at home, but I just don't know if he's going to get decisive. Paxton Pomacole might get a decent AA. I'm worried that he's not going to get decisive. Vieira, if I knew Vieira was going to start, then I'd love Vieira to play in this team. Ferreira is an option, but I don't want to go with two forwards if I can help it, because then I'm relying on a lot of decisives. Ryan Grav, but I just don't like the fixture. If Seo Young Woo, if I knew he was fit, then he would be straight into this team. But again, it's just a lack of information for me right now. So I think I'm going to throw in Vieira for now. I'm going to throw him in there just in case. Like, if he doesn't start tonight and he comes on, he does okay, that tells me he's probably going to play on the weekend. It's not a given, but I think that would be my rationale with that one. So we're going to throw Vieira into this lineup for now and see how that does. Let's check what we did in terms of our on SORARE. Okay, exactly. Yeah, we went with Pice as well. Fofana, Enzo, Fabio, and Alvarez. So nothing's changed there either, which is nice. I'm just going to check. I'm just going to check how Gakpo and Garcia are performing right now for the boys. So Garcia's on a 44, which is nice, and Gakpo's on a 37.5, obviously captain's bonus. We're on 237 points. We're currently 13th. What do we need? So we're 4 points in the tier 1. We're 37 away from a star rare. So we need decisives from Gakpo. It's just a given, isn't it? There's no way we can go without a decisive here and win something in under 23 Rare Pro, if we're honest. So let's go back to the lineup builder and see what we got going on. So this is where it's going to get tricky now, guys. So like I said, I've got issues with my under 23 Super Rare team, okay? And basically the issue is Young Wook, who plays for Seoul, are having massive COVID issues. So I'm not sure if I can really field an under 23 Super Rare this weekend. Because I have a few Super Rare forwards, but none of them are going to play, basically. They might come off the bench. Sang Bing probably comes off the bench. Vitesse has a chance to come off the bench. Lihaji won't come off the bench. Sloan, I really don't know if he's going to come off the bench. He wasn't even on the bench last game, even though he's fit, so that doesn't look great. I do have a Jesus Ferreira, but I have a plan for him to go into my special weekly. So yeah, I do have something to think about here, because I just don't want to risk young Wooka. He might not have COVID. He might be one of the ones that don't have COVID. You know, that's completely probable, but the chances are he probably does have it. You know, I took the risk with Wu, even though I didn't know Olsen was struggling with COVID at the time when I picked my game week lineups. But now I know that Seoul are really struggling. I've heard they're trying to get the game postponed as well. So he's just not an option for me, right? So I have a rest of a team to go with. I have a Tanny. I have a few defender options in. Who do I have? So I have Eric Garcia, but he's not really an option. The two options are Nishio and Vitinho. So I'd probably go with Nishio, if I'm honest. And then in terms of midfield, again, we have a few options. I'd probably play Suzuki, super rare, and Yari Visharan. They would probably get in for me quite comfortably. So I'd throw. I'm trying to keep the Asian boys together if I can help it. And then, like I said, forwards an issue. And then, yeah, as an extra, I would probably go with. Yari if Yari's probably my best option of what's left. But again, I just don't really have a forward. So the next thing I have to think about is, do I split them up and play like Asia Pro or something? Like, let me check the prize pools. So Asia Pro has 22 prizes, 750 entrants. I just don't know if it's worth it, is it? What are the star rares looking like? Cecina, Tanny, Seo Young Woo. There's some nice boys in here, to be fair, but I don't know. Because I'm going to be up against like the best Asian players that are not under 23 as well. That's something I have to think about. So I just don't know if that's going to be worth it. If I'm completely honest. Then in terms of super rares, I could enter, like, obviously a few days ago I must have played my players in All-Star super rare, but I also could put an Asia team out and try something there. That is also something I could think about doing. It's less competition, which is nice. Maybe we could do that, because I do have let me get rid of that. I do have, so under 20, what do we need to get here? We need Asia super rare, right? So like I said, I can show the same 4 players would play here. The only issue I'm going to have is, aren't I? I can't play Visharan. So Suzuki would fit in there. Yeah, maybe I can't even do this. So I do have a Kamiya rare card, which I could play as my only rare. But I don't have... Do I have another super rare? No. I can't play Wook. Daiki looks like he's still out. And I can't play Wu either, can I? So... Oh, Galatasaray have just scored against Barca. That is not great news for me at all in terms of the Eric Garcia situation. So we'll see how that plays out. Hopefully it gets disallowed. It doesn't look like it is, though. Yeah, that's not great, is it? At all. That is not great news for Eric Garcia and my team. Yeah, that isn't great at all, is it? So, yeah, it looks like I can't play an Asia super rare. Could I drop down to rare? Do I have any... it doesn't look like I have any other rare. No, so it's basically all-star. It might have to just be all-star super rare. Like, this is going to be super competitive, but I might just give it a go if we're honest. Or do we sack off... We could just sack off Special Weekly, couldn't we? Like, if I want to bite the bullet, even though... Let me show you my Special Weekly team, right? Yeah, Marcelo's just scored for Galatasaray, which isn't great news for me and the team. So, I could play Jesus Ferreira here, couldn't I? If I really want to play under 23 super rare and win something, I probably have to do this, don't I? And just because the special weekly looks like it's, you know, or the weekly special, sorry, it looks like it's going to be very, very hard to get a prize in that. So maybe I just bite the bullet and play for SORARE here, and throw in, who else have I? Suzuki. Maybe I just go with that. Maybe that's the play, you know. Because I would have a decent special weekly team, but the probability of me winning that is just very, very low. So let's see what we put into All-Star. Okay, so we went with Kamiya in here. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to scrap this. I'm going to scrap that, and I'm going to go under 23 super rare, and we're going to play the boys that I just put into the lineup builder, and I think that's the better option. We'll steal Ferreira from the weekly special, and then we're going to throw in. Where's he to? Where is Suzuki? There he is. And we're going to throw in Suzuki. And we'll captain him. And we'll just hope for the best. I think that is the plan. We'll save that. So that's saved. So now we have an under 23 rare. We have an under 23 rare pro. And we have an under 23 super rare all built out. Which is nice to see. And then... So with what we've got left, we probably want to build a All-Star Rare Pro and an All-Star Rare, because I don't think I'm going to have the players for Special Weekly, really, because I have fallen in luck in a way, because Justin Billow is out injured now for the foreseeable, and it looks like Marciano is going to be, you know, well, he is the number 2, so hopefully he gets the nod and plays this weekend. But obviously he's not under 23, so we have to play him in either, you know, All-Star Rare or All-Star Rare Pro. I do have a Van der Voort spare right now as well, so I need to think about, you know, where I need to play those two. But yeah, I think the only option for me right now is to play All-Star Rare Pro and All-Star Rare, and hopefully carve out some sort of prize. Who's got the better fixture? Van der Voort away to Bruges or Marciano away to Ajax? I would say Van der Voort does, if we're completely honest. Obviously Ajax are out of the Champions League now, so they're going to be raring to go in terms of winning that game. We'll play Vitinho Super Rare in here because we can't play him in All-Star Rare. We have a Grav, which is definitely something to think about playing. We have a Victor Moses, which I did buy actually for Special Weekly, so maybe there's a bit of utility for him in here, or even in All-Star Rare. Sander Berg's an option. My friends just text me to say that Oyarzabal has just done his ACL for Sociedad, which isn't great news if you do hold him. Yeah, that's really not good news, is it, at all, to be honest. Yeah, that's not great at all. So, yeah, in terms of a midfielder, Moses has got a nice fixture. I do like Victor Moses' fixture. I don't know if Moses Nyman plays. I'd rather play a rare that I know is going to play over a super that I'm not sure is going to play. So, yeah, maybe we'll play... Do we play Grav in here? I guess Moses has the best fixture, so we'll throw Moses in here. In terms of a forward, this is where we're going to... we do have Kamiya left, so that does help, actually. We need him, basically, because it looks like he might be our only other forward that's going to play this weekend. So we'll throw in Kamiya. We might have to go with one super rare, which is not much of a big deal, really. We've got a Grav left. We've got a Suzuki rare, and then we've got a Ramsey, a Bale, an Onana, a Pomical, a Sanderberg. Got a load of midfielders. Do we risk Campbell? Is it worth the risk? Maybe we risk Nyman. Like, I'm not too worried if this team doesn't do great, but I would like it to, you know, compete for something, give me a bit of excitement this weekend. So, you know, who is really here my best next player? I mean, I could go with Suzuki because he is a stack with Kamiya. They both play for Shimizu, and they have an okay fixture. Kobe haven't been playing well at all, so maybe I'll go with that, and we'll captain Suzuki. We'll see what we've done in terms of on SORARE itself. Okay, so I guess my thinking here was to play both of the risked, you know, Asian guys in the same team and hope that, you know, they both play. I guess is a bit of a long shot. I don't know if I like that thinking, to be honest. So we're going to scrap that. But last week I really regretted not playing Gravenberch in one of my good teams, and he got 100. I know he's playing a much harder team this weekend, so you know I don't think the worry should be there for me as much. Who did we play here? Moses. So I did play Moses in my special weekly, so we'll have to take him out of that, and then we'll go Kamiya and Suzuki, Captain Suzuki. And then that'll be that. And then in terms of our all-star rare team, I guess we have a playing goalkeeper, even though he is playing against Ajax, in Marciano. So we're going to throw him in. We're then going to go with the best defender here is probably Sergio Gomez. Be hard not to play him, really. Midfielders. I guess we're going to have to play Grav against his opposition. Even though I know I'm going to trust Berg. I really think he's going to get decisive this weekend. So we're going to throw him in. Bale is my only option here. So we're going to have to go with Bale. Hopefully he gets off the bench. He probably won't, but it's definitely worth the risk. Barcelona have just scored against Galatasaray. I'm not sure who've scored. Hopefully it's Garcia. That would be great from a corner, but I doubt it very much. Actually, he doesn't even go up for corners, does he? So, yeah, that's probably dead in the water. In terms of my extra, do we just go Grav? I can't leave Grav out again. That'll just kill me. So we're gonna go with Grav, and we'll captain him as well. Why not? And then we'll have a look at what we did here. Although we just stole. Okay, so I went with the Ueda. That's interesting. Pedri have scored for Barca. Pedri saving the day there, 1-1. Just checking the other scores. Rangers still 1-0 down. Braga winning 1-0. AZ 2-1. Pavlidis scored again. PSV still 1-0. Sangares having an absolute stormer. PSV 2-0. Please, Cody Gakpo. Please, 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 Cody Gakpo. We need you big time. Okay, so let's change this. So we need to throw in Marciano. We'll keep Gomez. We'll throw out Pomykal. Throw in Berg. I guess we could play a rare Ueda over over Bale, because he's probably going to get more points than a Bale is, even though Bale's a rare card. So I think I'm going to go with that, you know. And then who is our other player? Grav. Please, has Cody Gakpo scored for PSV? I'm not sure if he has. Götze again. Mario Götze's on fire. Cody, have you got an assist at least? Doesn't look like he has. So that is frustrating. 2 goals for PSV and not one decisive yet for the main man, Cody Gakpo. So, yeah, looks like I'm going to have to wait for a decisive from him. Philip Max got the decisive. McBride Ace is going to be very happy with that, with his unique Philip Max. I need to find Grav. So there's Grav. We'll throw him in there. And hopefully this team, you know, rakes in a bit of ETH for us. So, yeah, frustrating. I'm going to have a look at what I mean, we're not going to be able to do anything now, really, with this team. I guess we could throw Saka in. We'll throw in Saij, because we did buy him for Special Weekly, actually. But Doesn't look like he's going to play. We'll throw in Onana, and we can throw in Bale as well, actually. So we can throw in a team here. This probably doesn't do anything at all. And I mean, like, legit nothing. But we're going to throw it in anyway, because why not? We'll put the two Welsh boys together. And we'll captain our defender, because he's probably the only one that I think is going to play. And then from there, guys, I think we're done for SORARE. We'll have to do our SORARE Mega and SORARE data lineups. But in terms of our teams, right, so we've thrown in a completely throwaway weekly team. Special weekly, we've thrown in Ferreira into the under-23 Super Rare team alongside Suzuki, Vasharan, Nishio and Tani. Our rare team, we've gone with Marciano, Sergio Gomez, Sander Berg, Ueda, Common and Ryan Gravenberch captain. All-Star Rare Pro, we've gone Van der Voort, Vitinho, Victor Moses, Kamiya and Suzuki. Under 23, we've gone Martin Pais of FC Dallas, Wesley Fofana, Enzo Fernandez, Julian Alvarez, captain and Fabio Vieira. An All-Star, an Under 23 Pro, Diego Costa, Jordan Bayer and Frankie Amaya Super Rares, Cody Gakpo Rare, and Arsene Rare as our extra player. So pretty happy with those teams. There might be a bit of tinkering depending on what happens tonight. So I'll let you know tomorrow morning when I'll make a little tweet maybe and throw out my teams. But we're going to throw in our SD League teams for the weekend. How many good forwards do I have that I'm confident score? Gakpo's obviously going to be in, so we'll throw in a Gakpo. Do we have another forward? Alvarez is definitely an option. Maybe we have a lot of midfielders this week, but then are we short on defenders? I'm going to go with yes, we probably are. So we'll go with Bayer. We'll go with Fofana. Yeah, we're short on defenders, so I'm going to play a 3 at the back. Could play a 3-5-2. That could definitely work. We'll go 3-5-2. Nishio. We'll go Nishio as our starting goalkeeper. We've got to trust Costa just in case he does get that clean sheet for us. In terms of our midfielders, we have options, to be honest. Frankie Amaya has to play. I think Victor Moses has to play if I'm honest as well. We'll play Arsene because I think he does get a decisive. We'll play Enzo because I feel like it'd be stupid not to. And we'll play Vasharan. I think that is the team we're going to go in with. We'll go Gakpo captain. Substitute keeper. We'll go with... Who are we going to go with? Is this going to update or is this just going to freeze on us? Looks like it's frozen on us. I'm not sure what's going on here. In the meantime, I'll check my SO5 scores, see how Gakpo's getting on. So Garcia's lost a few points. Gakpo's gained a few actually, but it's not looking great for us right now. We've dropped out of the tier 1 rare prize pool. So yeah, not looking great for the boys right now. How is Fofana getting on? Fofana isn't doing great, if we're honest. PSV. Gakpo hasn't really done much. Ooh, Amin Harit missed a penalty from Marseille. Ouch. Eric Garcia got a yellow card, which is just not ideal, is it? He's made 2 fouls, so yeah, he might get dragged at halftime. I'm worried about that, if I'm honest. So yeah, that looks like that. Let's go back into our gaming area because for whatever reason, it didn't let us pick our bench. So we're gonna throw in. We'll throw in Pais. We'll throw in as our defender. Do we go? Yeah, we'll go Sergio Gomez. In terms of midfielder, we'll go Fabio Vieira just in case he pops off. And then Jesus Ferreira probably makes our bench in terms of our forward. So SORARE Data League is done. Let's get into SORARE Mega. So we'll be able to throw in probably a Mega 11, 8 and a 5. And if we have leftovers, we'll throw in a 3 as well. Can we play 3-5-2 here? Yeah, we can. Okay, we'll play 3-5-2 again. So we'll go Fofana. Nishio and Bayer. As our midfielder, we're going Maya, Enzo. We'll just copy the SD League team. We'll keep it consistent. Grav wasn't in there, actually, was he? Moses. Who else was in there? Arsene was in there. And Vasharan. And then Gakpo and Alvarez up front. And we'll captain Gak as well. So that is that. Looks like a decent Mega 11. And then Mega 8. We'll throw in Martin Pais as our keeper. I think we're going to have to go Sergio Gomez and Vitinho. Midfield 3 of... We'll have to throw in a Suzuki because I fancy him getting a decisive this weekend. We'll throw in Vieira, hopefully he plays. And then we'll throw in Sander Berg, hoping he gets us another goal. Up front, we go with Kamaya and Jesus Ferreira. And we'll captain Jesus Ferreira. And then we'll throw in a Mega 5. I'm not sure how this is going to look in terms of real quality. We have a Tani. Do we think Tani does well? Yeah, we'll throw in Tani. Why not? We'll see what happens with that one. This guy's probably our only playing nailed on defender. We'll go Grav just in case he pops off. And we'll go Pomical. And forward... We might have to go Sang Bin from the bench. Is probably not our only option, but it's the only option that's really I'm gravitating towards right now. So yeah, maybe, or is it Vitesse do we go with? We might have to go with Yorbe Vitesse actually. Yeah, we'll go with Vitesse just in case. Captain Gak, and then in terms of our Mega 3. We'll throw in, what can we do here? We got a Suzuki that we can play. We might have to play a couple goalies. We're struggling for outfield players here that are going to start. Yeah, maybe we just play 2 goalies and just play for the slight win. We'll go Marciano and we'll go Van der Voort and captain Suzuki. So can get rid of SORARE Mega. So that, guys, looks like we're going to conclude the live stream there. All the teams are built out. Like I said, there might be adjustments tonight depending on if there's injuries over the weekend. Yeah, but that's basically about it, guys. So we've been going for just under an hour, which is nice. Decent little time. Yeah, hopefully you guys, you can get back to watching the Europa League and the Conference League now that the stream's off. Or maybe you're watching both, which is quite impressive if you were. But yeah, hope you have enjoyed, guys. Leave a like on the live stream if you have. Massive good luck this weekend, guys. Yeah, big game week coming up. Hopefully you get yourself a prize. I'm rooting for you all. Yeah, like I said, thank you for watching. And we'll end the live stream there. Appreciate your help, guys. Thank you.